taken their actions, and it's now time for the Backlash. We're talking about the go-home show to Backlash and another episode of 205 Live. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live.
Yeah.
Very straight.
The one where we talk about the live shows.
All the live shows. All two of them. Pretty straightforward night.
Go-home show.
Not a whole lot of crazy stuff happened.
No, because they don't want to hurt anybody before the pay-per-view.
Exactly. We did have the very first ever Kevin Owens highlight reel, though, which was just him putting over the fact that he's going to beat AJ Styles. Styles came out and told him how you could say all you want, but this is my show, and I'm going to beat you for that championship. And then Jinder came out because Jinder was actually supposed to be the guest on the highlight reel.
Team Canada.
He tried to tell AJ is like, oh, you don't matter. I'm the Maharaja. I'm going for the championship. I was supposed to be on the show. Blah 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 blah. And that led into our very first match, which was Jinder Mahal versus AJ Styles. A decent match. We had Kevin Owens over on commentary. I gotta say, Jinder, he definitely makes the most of every moment he's on TV.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that about him.
It's one of those things where I feel like the same thing would be said for so many other wrestlers.
Yeah.
Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Kurt
Yeah.
Hawkins. Guys who've spent the majority, if not the whole, of their WWE career in the mid-card limbo.
Yeah, just kind of floundering in that same area forever.
That, if they were given that branch, that opportunity to do something and be put in a program, you realize that they would probably take it and run with it as best they possibly could.
Yeah, and Jinder's doing exactly that. He lays his stuff in, he makes sure he's getting as many good shots as he possibly can to make himself memorable. And AJ is just great at selling, so that really helps him in the long run as well. But it ended up being interference from not only Kevin Owens, but the Singh brothers as well. Kevin Owens took advantage of AJ Styles, who was getting ready to hit a phenomenal forearm. He bashed him in the knee with the U.S. title, and while the referee was, pointing at Kevin Owens like, hey, what did you do to avoid the disqualification? One of the Singh brothers jumped up. Kevin Owens was able to get back over to the announce desk, only to let Jinder Mahal hit what he's calling the Colognes, which is his Cobra Clutch Slam.
Yeah, it's Punjabi for finish.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Colossus is what he did in fact finish AJ Styles with. So that's a pretty big fucking win.
We're talking a guy who was literally 5 months ago, Rusev's lackey.
Yeah.
Is now beating AJ Styles and about to challenge Randy Orton for the championship.
How quickly things change in the world of professional wrestling. It's ridiculous. We had the newest installment of the Fashion Files.
Best part of SmackDown still.
Still the best part. Fandango's, in the office by himself, going over all of these files that they've got, going through notes on the Usos. We had Tyler Breeze come in undercover as a janitor. I guess he's been at SmackDown Live as a janitor, spying on the Usos, just trying to get information. He's
doing recognizance work.
Yeah, undercover work.
Recognizance.
Because Fandango can't say the word.
He doesn't know how to say reconnaissance.
And
probably incognito.
Their whole run through of all the shop merchandise.
Yeah.
The Baron Corbin shirts that all have wolves on them. Sami Zayn's plaid, and then the day one is H. These two cannot play this role any more perfectly. And then the fact that they brought that back for the end of their bit, when we win the tag team titles, our day will be H. And then the freeze frame high five at the end. For the love of God, give these guys the tag titles on Sunday. or find a way to keep them running with the Usos for just a little bit longer. Do something because this is fucking.
I think it's got to be. We'll do our payback predictions.
Yeah.
At the end of this week's.
Yeah, they'll be coming up on Saturday.
But spoiler alert. Usos will win because they're gonna cheat. But that's how Breezango's gonna get a rematch.
All right. I hope you're right. So yeah, we did have Breezango getting a little bit of momentum heading into this match as they took on the Colognes.
Yeah.
Great little quick tag team match. Great showing from both tag teams. Breezango picking up the win. Tyler Breeze playing the whipping boy.
Yeah.
And then Fandango getting the hot tag and the finish.
Something about Tyler Breeze right before the hot tag made me laugh.
What was that?
Because he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like Epico charged across the corner at him, and he did a little enziguri in the corner.
Yeah. And
then he like face planted, and then he didn't move for like 30 seconds, and then he just lifts his head up and looks at Fandango like really fast. Poop. And that's what started his little crawl. And I was just like, it was so animated.
It's so good.
Zoolander meets Family Guy meets professional wrestling.
All the greatest things wrapped into one. Epico ends up getting hit with the Falcon Arrow by Fandango, gets pinned. Breezango picking up a win before their tag team title match. The Usos come out, and I really like this promo. I like that
that was okay.
I like the intensity that the Usos have, especially this heel.
Yeah.
This heel side to it is
the only thing that is a detriment to me is that occasionally it goes so over the top that the crowd starts to pop for them.
Right.
Which takes away from the fact that they're trying to be bad.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Because that was like last week's promo.
Yeah,
when they were doing
the 12 days.
The 12 days thing was like, okay, we get it. Like, you're trying to, like, be crazy or be, like, intense.
Yeah.
But now, like, the crowd is starting to, like, pop for you and do your 12 days chant with you, like the how you doing thing that Enzo and Cass do when they do the same listing stuff off shtick.
Good point.
Then it's like, it's so close to being, like, a babyface thing to do.
Yeah. I can get that.
They need to heel it down a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I don't know. They're playing to what I like. Stop it. Make me hate you. We had a 6-woman contract signing. Not sure why we needed this, but okay.
It's the land of opportunity, man.
Yeah.
6 women at one time can do a contract signing on SmackDown.
I mean, you had Natalya speaking on behalf of the welcoming committee. Then you had Naomi and Becky and Charlotte all say their part. Then James Ellsworth didn't want Shane to save him, and Shane wasn't sure what he was talking about.
No, he doesn't need to help a brother. The kid's got his own back or something.
And so then James Ellsworth just like went off on all 3 of them, and then Naomi tried to smack him in the face, and then it all broke down, and we ended up going into Naomi versus Carmella.
Yeah.
Decent little match. We're still playing up the fact that Carmella can't kick Naomi very hard, which is still funny to watch Naomi just fucking sweep Carmella's legs out from underneath her.
My favorite part of this whole segment, honestly, I mean, not to say that it wasn't a good match, because it was a pretty good match. One of the better singles matches for Carmella.
Yes.
But the James Ellsworth segment of the promo,
I love his stuff, man.
Where he was basically insinuating that all 3 of the other women were in love with him.
Yes. And he is so into this heel thing.
Duh.
But he's just so fucking goofy that it's like, okay, this is a hype man who believes all of his hype.
Yeah. No. The way he cuts his promos is, I'm almost convinced he believes what he's saying.
Oh yeah. And the whole getup that he wears now,
yeah.
He thinks he's a little thug. It's fantastic. It works great with being the little lackey alongside Carmella. It's great. But he ended up getting involved and ended up getting sent to the back. And then we had Natty and Tamina end up getting sent to the back. And then they had their one last-ditch effort, which actually ended up working, because as they were being escorted to the back, which they were being followed by Becky and Charlotte, they decided to turn around and go attack Becky and Charlotte, just enough to cause a distraction for Naomi, who fucking drop kicks Tamina right in the back.
Yeah, she drilled Tamina so hard. Tamina literally just went, whoo!
Yeah, Tamina had no other option but to just fall on her goddamn face. But that was enough to let Carmella get a roll-up win over Naomi, so the Welcoming Committee have a little bit of momentum on their side heading into Backlash.
Yeah, this was maybe my biggest problem with the entirety of the whole SmackDown.
Was that it was a roll-up?
And and the 205 Live, maybe together. Is that it took too long, not the segment, but the end spot of the match. Because Naomi essentially had Carmella beaten before Tamina and Natalya got ejected. Because Carmella was down the whole time while they did the whole backing around the ring thing that took a while, the brawl, and Naomi hitting Tamina from behind.
Right.
So essentially, it made Naomi look really dumb.
Yeah, that she
because she had like enough time between the last move she hit Carmella with and the time she got rolled up. She had a chance to pin Carmella like 15 times, but instead decided to watch. You know, it's just those things. Like if it was fast, it would have looked great. You know.
Yeah. Had they been on the ramp side when they got ejected and started walking up and then ran back, probably could have cut a lot of time since they were on the opposite side of the ring. So,
or you could have just gone completely negating the referee's involvement, and you could have just had them run over to the other side and attack Charlotte and Becky,
and cause the distraction.
And cause the distraction right away.
Good point. Hire him. But it was still a good little heel bit for all of the Welcoming Committee, I think.
Yeah.
Helped work on their teamwork as a heel unit. We had Dolph Ziggler talk some more trash about Shinsuke Nakamura. I appreciated this one segment more than anything else he's done leading up to this match.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he made a very good point where he said, I said I've never felt anything towards the hype that is Shinsuke Nakamura, but that was coming from a place of ignorance. So I went through and I put this compilation of everything he's done here together, and the little video starts. You hit Shinsuke's music, and then it cuts because Shinsuke literally hasn't done anything in WWE.
Yeah.
And so he drills that home, and then he plays the fact that he's won the United States title. He's won the Intercontinental title 5 times. He's a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. And so he has these accolades that essentially do make him better than Shinsuke. And I think this one bit right here made more sense than anything he's done leading up to this match. So, I'm still not necessarily excited for this match. I'm hoping Dolph kind of breaks out of the shell he's kind of been in lately, and him and Shinsuke fucking tear it up. Because I know they can.
The match itself, I'm excited for. Like, the in-between, the bell-to-bell.
Yeah.
Like, what they do in the ring. I'm just not invested in the story at all.
Yeah,
which is sad because it's Shinsuke's first thing.
Yeah.
And I want to be like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. But
and the fact that it's Dolph Ziggler. And we're usually excited for anything Dolph Ziggler does. So, we also had Sami Zayn let us know that he is challenged and his match has been accepted for a match against Baron Corbin at Backlash. And he starts running his mouth about Baron Corbin, who then attacks him and says, you might as well just stay down, because if you get up and come to Backlash on Sunday, I'm going to put you down permanently. And then Baron Corbin walked to the ring because he has the main event match against Randy Orton.
Baron Corbin should realize no one can actually put Sami Zayn down permanently.
That's true. Braun Strowman tried. It didn't work.
Braun Strowman's tried. Kevin Owens has tried. Samoa Joe's tried.
Those are literally like 3 of the biggest dudes on the entire WWE roster, and they couldn't do it. So, yeah. Orton versus Corbin was decent.
Yeah.
Trying to get, we're splitting the matches up. We had, AJ and Jinder earlier, so Randy's got to get a little bit of time. Corbin trying to look a little bit more dominant. But Corbin went to the well one too many times with this little oh, look at me, slide out of the ring, slide back in. Because the first time it worked, the second time he got a power slam, and then this third time he got hit with an RKO.
Yeah, and that was like, the issue is, if it didn't work a second time, what made him think it was going to work a third time?
Baron Corbin's ego made him think it was going to work a third time. And it didn't, because that's what Randy Orton put him down with. But then Jinder did come out and kind of, run down Orton a little bit more to allow the Singh brothers to attack. And Jinder did stand tall with the championship at the end of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Randy Orton got hit with the Colossus. And, So, once again, Jinder making his time worthwhile.
There's a lid on here.
There is a lid on there. So, yeah, I can only hope that Jinder takes what he's been doing these last couple of weeks and applies it to Backlash. Because if he does, I won't hate him anymore.
Yeah, no.
He's really just got to impress me with this one match. That's all I need.
And I mean, the thing, Randy is a solid worker, and Jinder's been trying to impress, I feel.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, with every chance he's been given since punching Finn Balor's lights out.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I mean, yeah, that was, knocked out Finn Balor.
It's crazy. Because you would have asked either of us a year ago if Finn Balor would be in the title, or if Jinder Mahal would be in the title picture.
I never would have thought Finn Balor would be in the title picture.
It's so bizarre to me that I couldn't even say it. I just immediately injected somebody superior into the phrase.
If you would have asked me a month ago, like right after WrestleMania, this is the guy who lost the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the very first, or the second match of the entire show, to Mojo Rawley because of Rob Gronkowski from the Patriots. And now, Mojo is talking to children in a backstage segment, and Jinder Mahal is facing Randy Orton for the championship.
I think that makes Mojo feel.
I want to be real. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is a fucking curse. It doesn't do shit for anyone.
And here's the thing. Like, I feel like the farther we go from the original, the less it means.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest moment was Cesaro eliminating the Big Show.
Yeah.
In the very first one. There hasn't been anything noteworthy. I mean, Baron Corbin has been a constant on the roster since he won.
But he's
lost everything.
Yeah. It's like the Bray Wyatt syndrome.
His biggest win has been over Kalisto.
Yeah, it's like he's the guy, the monster that they build up so he could lose in the pay-per-view.
Yeah. So, don't win the Honor the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It is terrible for your career. Don't do it. Unless you've already had a career like the Big Show, you're not in that much trouble. Let's talk about 205 Live.
Sure.
Which was, again, really quick, we only had 2 actual matches.
Yeah.
One of which was Noam Dar versus Grand Metalik? What?
Yeah.
We put a new person on the roster? What?
Well, not really a new person on the roster. It's just utilizing somebody who was initially one of like the 10 guys they posted as like the cruiserweight roster.
Yeah.
Showed up for that one Raw Fatal 4-Way.
And had one other match on 205 Live.
Had one other match on 205 Live like 2 months ago.
This right now, actually, I'm pretty sure he still has less appearances on 205 Live than Tajiri.
Probably.
I think Tajiri has been on 205 Live more
I'm pretty sure Tajiri's been on 205 Live. I want to say 3 matches and 1 non-match appearance.
Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I think
It's like 3 matches, and then the time he came out after a match and missed it.
Yeah, yep. That's the only times I can remember. So, but unfortunately, this was not a prosperous venture for Grand Metalik, as he did lose to Noam Dar clean.
Yeah.
There wasn't even interference from Alicia Fox.
Say it right.
Alicia Fox.
Thank you.
It was just a plain old win for Noam Dar.
And what I really liked about this match too, though, is that because there was really no interference or like blatant cheating, it wasn't like a hold the tights or an eye rake or eye poking going on. Both guys really put over how opposing their styles were.
Yes. Yeah, it was a good clash of styles.
You know, Noam Dar really liked to punch in the fact that it's like, look at what I do. I will like grab your arm and twist it, then I'll grab your leg and twist it, and then, you know, kick you in the face. And Grand Metalik's like, well, I will drop kick you, and then I'll fly off the top rope with an arm drag thing, and then I'll elbow drop you off the ropes. Like, watch me go fast and jump high while you grab me and hurt me.
Don't grab people. It's weird. Yeah, but Noam Dar picking up a win there. Next week, we're going to be getting Tozawa versus Kendrick
In a street fight.
That's going to be good. On top of that, we are going to be getting the return of Cedric Alexander, and we're pretty sure where that's going to take place, because Tony Nese was supposed to face Mustafa Ali, but before Mustafa could make it to the ring, he was blasted in the back of the head by Drew Gulak,
Yeah.
who then proceeded to completely destroy him before tossing him in the ring and letting Tony Nese hit the running Nese in the corner. So it's looking like Cedric might be a tag team partner for Mustafa next week.
Tony Nese is Tony's knee.
Yep. And then in conjunction with the Noam Dar situation, Dasha came up to Rich Swann and said, hey, you know, Noam Dar and Alicia Fox are still kind of mad at you for trying to split them up. And Rich is like, honestly, the best thing I can do for myself is get as far away from those two as I possibly can. And just as he said that, a courier came up to him and just happened to have a package.
For Richard T. Swann.
For Richard T. Swann. He's like, oh, that's not me. That's the guy over there looking in the mirror. And we turn around and it's Ari Daivari, who then
totally looks like a Richard Swann.
Yes, absolutely. So the guy ends up going up to him and he goes, oh, these are my custom Persian platinum sunglasses.
And then he looked at the box and he's like, wait, no, that's not it. And he dropped it.
Yeah, and he put it down and he's like, he was going to look at it and he's like, no, never mind. He starts to walk away. Jack Gallagher walks up and he's like, picks up the box and he's about to look at it and Daivari's like, get your grubby hands off of my package. Gallagher's like, excuse me?
He's like, pardon me?
It's like,
what did you say?
Like, put the box down.
Oh.
So Jack put it down, walked away.
And I appreciated that Jack referenced their feud from the beginning of 205 Live.
Yes.
Where he's like, let's not start this again.
Yeah, let's just leave this be. And so then Daivari, you know, as Jack walked away, decided to look, make sure no one was looking, and then he got poofed in the face with the baby powder.
It went poof.
And
did you see it go poof?
Tom broke Corey at commentary.
I think I figured out why.
Because he kept saying poof.
Yeah, well, where like the poof, and why the poof is funny.
Why is it funny?
Jackass the movie.
That's a thing?
It's the baby powder fart. I think it was in Jackass 2.
I've seen those movies, but I've never heard poof be.
It's Johnny Knoxville says it when they did it. He says that exact thing. Did you see it go poof? Or like, did it go poof? Or something like that is what he asks.
Okay. That's kind of okay. So that must be something that Tom and Corey share.
I feel like that probably
they share an affinity for the Jackass movies.
Potentially.
That is a potential. Regardless, it was hilarious watching Corey break at commentary. He just he was so serious, and Tom just kept saying poof, and he through complete broken laughter. He's just stop saying poof. Fantastic. But our main event once again, Austin Aries versus TJP. The match was good.
Yeah,
I'll say that. A lot of great.
This might be my favorite one-on-one match between Austin Aries and TJP.
A lot of really great work from TJP attacking the knee.
Based off of earlier in the night, stands for totally janky promo.
All right. Yeah, you've got 3 initials to work with now.
Yeah.
Now that he's dropped the Erkins. Sounds like a disease. You've got the Erkins. Aries' knee being a target, TJP did a really good job of attacking that. And then Aries did a really good job of selling the knee and then still trying, having that babyface wherewithal to try and fight through the pain.
Yeah.
And it was a really great story told, especially now that Austin Aries is still trying to get that title shot. He put TJP's whole situation into perspective earlier in the night, saying that Neville's telling TJ that if he gets rid of me, he gets a title shot, and that's not how that works because Neville's a liar and he's not going to give the shot to TJP, and TJP's not going to take me out. So it's as simple as that. And so despite TJP trying as hard as he possibly could, even cheating at the end there where he had the knee bar on and then holding the ropes, which
the referee let slide for a really long time.
Well, and the referee was looking at Austin for a long time, waiting for him to tap out, and then he kind of looked back and then he realized TJ was holding the ropes, and then he was just like, "All right, let go of the ropes, TJ."
It was like he was like, "TJ, stop, let go, please. I'm gonna kill, baby." Don't make me get... Austin, hold on. He's cheating.
I was like, fuck! But then, so with the knee already destroyed, TJ tries to set it for the detonation kick, which Aries ends up grabbing onto the ropes, flips, rolls him over right into the last chancery, makes TJP tap out. Then we have the attack from Neville, the save from Gallagher. So we've still got 3 more weeks until Extreme Rules. So what else can they possibly do to keep us interested in this for 3 more weeks? Between Raw and 205 Live. Without
overkilling it?
Completely ruining it.
I think it's going to, and this is spoiler for my thoughts on Extreme Rules.
Alright.
Aries is probably not going to wrestle for the next 2 weeks.
That's good.
And I think the match for Extreme Rules is actually going to be a fatal 4-way.
Really?
Yeah.
With Gallagher and TJP?
Potentially even a fatal 4-way submission match.
Yeah,
because they all have signature submission holds.
Gallagher does? What's Gallagher's?
The ankle pick.
Oh, that move that he's
heel
never
hook?
fucking done?
The heel hook, the one that looks like a drop kick. Well, let's get this straight though. Jack Gallagher is a former MMA fighter, and he's got to know how to basically tap out.
He knows some holds. He's like this generation's Johnny Saint at this point.
He absolutely could be.
So there's a good chance that he's got some submissions locked away for safekeeping. So. I don't know. It's definitely going to be a submission match, at least between Neville and Austin Aries. So,
I'm going 4-way.
All right. We shall see.
I think between Gallagher and Aries, they're going to be able to create a big enough rift between TJP and Neville to get TJP to realize Neville's been playing him.
All right. I'm into that. Well, that is it for Tuesday Night Live. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click the links.
There's
check
so many
out the podcast.
That's a link.
Check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's Reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. And stay over here on the YouTube because we have a ton of videos happening this week.
Yeah.
There is literally a video every single day this week.
Yeah.
Because
Monday you had the indie news come out.
Yep.
Tuesday you had Monday Night Raw's Raw Review come out.
Yep.
Today, Tuesday Night Live comes out.
Yep.
Next, we've got the midweek wrap up.
Yep.
With NXT predictions attached.
Yep.
And then, guess what? We're going to be covering the UK Championship special.
Holy shit.
And then we're not done yet.
Nope.
For the low price of clicking on the mouse on your computer or touching your phone screen, you can watch our Backlash predictions.
Yep. And then following that, we're going to be having the review for NXT TakeOver Chicago, followed by the review for Backlash, and then we're going to go right back into another week of the Wrestling Rundown. So, check them all out, share them with your friends, like them, all of them.
Like them hard.
Like them as hard as you possibly can. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Titus O'Neil.
Fuck Mojo Raleigh.